kí gbogbo wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì, mo kí wa ipá kúbó jẹ́ ọjọ́ ṣeré, mo kí ẹ̀yin ìyá, mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n, mo kí àbúrò. Èmi náà ni ọmọ yín olólùfẹ́ yín. Quick one ni mo fẹ́ jẹ́ ká sáré ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ títí òní. Ó lè gbé, ó lè gbà. Chief Sunday Igboho sọ̀rọ̀. Èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ tán o. Fún àwa ọmọ aládé, kí nìdí? Mo máa gbé ìdí yẹn wá wípé nǹkan tí Chief Sunday Igboho sọ tí adé máa gbọ́ ní òrèkóòrè wípé ọmọ Yorùbá etí yín mélòó. Ẹ wo ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àbọ̀rọ̀ là ń sọ fọ́mọlúwàbí tó bá dénú ẹ̀ adòdìndì. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ gbé àwọn fídíòs yìí wá. Ẹ rí pé mo ní fídíòs bọ̀ mí nígbà wọn alákòókò bó ṣe lè hùn kó mọ màá wá gbé ti sọ. Tẹ bá ti wo gbogbo ẹ̀tàn ìwá ìṣẹ̀wá gbọ́n nǹkan tí Chief Sunday Igboho sọ ká wá fi lákàyè ọgbọ́n ká fi digest ẹ̀ wípé Fúlàní nìkan kọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré lọ gbé wọn wá. Let's go.
When President Tinubu first got in, what was he more concerned about? New presidential jet, 150 billion. Do you know that till today? If Eyidaya Baribe said that the money didn't come to the National Assembly for the approval of that presidential jet, President Tinubu has not accounted for that presidential jet. So when you say you need to give people 2 terms, is it people that when they just got into power, they bought yachts, they bought presidential jets? That is their priority. They bought cars for these National Assembly members. That is their priority. Are these the people that you think are ready?
All right.
And now we can't fund the budgets.
All right, fantastic. I guess we'll move on. I wanted you to just touch on the fact that it's, the fact that Mongono said that this was an impeachable offense. I mean, since you are a lawyer, just really briefly, just to give context to that.
To the extent that the budget is called an act of the National Assembly. It's an appropriation act. Right. It is law.
Correct.
And the government is bound to respect a law that has been enacted.
Right.
Government is not expected to break the law.
That's it.
If there are issues, you go for supplementary budgets and you explain.
Right.
But here in Nigeria, which law do we even respect? The use of public funds to support religion is in itself a violation of the law.
Correct.
Which is Section 10 of the 1999 Constitution. And what we're saying is that there should be greater transparency and accountability. Okay. But Minister Edele has gone to the same forum to say that, look, we have not borrowed up to 80 trillion naira. So what have you borrowed?
All right.
What have you done with it? He says, well, it's foreign exchange and legacy liabilities. Even the economists are saying...
You didn't talk about the consequences of breaking the law. That's what I was asking you about. But I mean, that's a conversation for another program. Human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, is threatening to drag the federal government to court over the handover of 40 luxury 5-bedroom duplexes to judges in Abuja, declaring that the gesture is discriminatory and illegal. Falana spoke on live television last week. Let's take a look.
Yesterday, I was watching the telly. I was very sad when I saw that the federal government was handing over the keys of houses to judges. And I asked myself, under what law are we operating from? Because it's discriminatory and illegal. You must treat equals equal in our country. So you can't take out judges. Judges are entitled to accommodation, by the way. They must live comfortably, they must well secured. But other citizens must be equally provided for. If you don't do it, you can be challenged. And that is going to happen very soon. Because what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you have a professor who also has to render services to the society, and those professors are not paid well, nobody talks of providing houses for them. Now, they were living in rented quarters. These days, there are not enough quarters for them. So we must also look at that.
All right, Falana says he's not against judges having comfortable accommodation. He's against singling out one category of public servant while university professors, civil servants, and other public workers retire after decades of service without comparable welfare. The question Falana is asking is the same question millions of Nigerians are asking online. If the government can build 40 luxury duplexes for judges, when will it build something for everyone else? Dr. Mati, and I did ask this question when we took that story the other day where, Nyesom Wike had, inaugurated those duplexes. I believe they were about 20 something at that time. 20, yes. So now, correct. Now, Femi Falana is threatening to sue the federal government over these.
The point by Femi Falana, SCN, is about equity, about equality. That, if you have to provide accommodation for judges who are essentially civil servants, how about other categories of persons working for the civil service, either the federation, at the level of the federation or of the federal government or these, the states, and that they too deserve accommodation. He is not objecting to the idea of judges being given housing. He says that the judges, yes, they deserve good accommodation so that they can do their job. However, the other side of it is that, the judiciary is under the first line charge. So they have, some degree of independence, autonomy, and the judiciary should be able to provide for its own officials. So Femi Falana SCN's point is about fairness. It's about equality. And he cited the example of professors who are also providing service to society, even some of them more than governors and judges. So equality before the law is a point that Femi Falana SCN was making.
Wallahi, tabani may Nigeria not happen to us. Agbadura ni o. Ela ku sese won ile pe won loko won lokada nítorí Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run ìjà kan àgbákò ńlá leleyi. Táyọ̀ kò múlẹ̀ mọ́ break ò lè ṣiṣẹ́ bí eléyìí ẹ̀wọ̀n torí Ọlọ́run. Ó sì fi ilé ẹjọ́ bá tiẹ̀ lọ kí wọ́n náà bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Ó tún wá ń bọ́ kàrájà nínú àmọ́. Àgbákò dé. Àgbákò dé. Wallahi tó máa ń ṣàdúrà fún ọ pé Nigeria may not happen to you. Àgbàdúrà ni o. Àgbàdúrà gidi. Ọjọ́ ìfilẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ ọmọ bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Èwo ló tún bọ̀ látòkè nítorí Ọlọ́run. Bàbá ya ètè bọ́lẹ̀ kúrò náà kọrin. Wàláì tí wọ́n ti gbọ́dọ̀ jáde ìmọ̀ béèrè tí wọ́n da ojú ọ̀nà lẹ́yìn tí ti wọlé yín àbílẹ̀ àmọ́ ni ọlọ́mọ jẹ́ ara àgbákò lélẹ́yìí o pé sọ́kọ́ kékeré kọ́ bọ́ àgbákò ńlá rè.
Nigerians are reacting in disbelief to the final forfeiture order of 48 properties linked to former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The properties, which were initially valued at over 213 billion naira, include hotels, schools, a university, factories, and land across Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, and Kebbi states. The judge in the case ruled that the EFCC successfully established reasonable suspicion that the properties were acquired using proceeds of unlawful activities and that Malami and the linked companies failed to prove otherwise. This is such a dicey case. I mean, this sort of forfeiture without a conviction is raising eyebrows, a lot of conversations. And it's about the sheer scale here, which is staggering. We're talking about a private university, several hotel chains, factories, and even a filling station, all traced back to one former Attorney General of the Federation. And I'll take some reactions. Kenny wrote on X, "This is exactly why Nigeria continues to struggle. The level of corruption and looting by the elite and public officials is staggering. It has destroyed our education, healthcare, and economy, making real progress nearly impossible. People like Malami have stolen massive wealth and walked free. Many are still doing it today and may never be held accountable, while others are just waiting for their turn. The only reason Malami's case came out was because he was exposed." Mary wrote on X, "EFCC, please, I have a question. Everything you've been recovering, that everyone has been forfeiting, including Abachas, what happens to them? An average Nigerian does not feel the impact of this recovery, or is it a case of Olegbe, Olegba, Olegbe, Olegbe, Olegba?
Thief collect am, thief carry am from.
Who is buying? Who is buying? I know the Olegbe. I mean, this is
Is government official ló ń gbà.
This is the question out there. Talongba.
Relooting looted funds.
No, it's actually really outrageous and frustrating for a lot of Nigerians that don't feel the impact of this amount of money that has been forfeited.
The government has said they will fight corruption.
Corruption. The one before was corruption, and now more corruption. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you know, especially after just a few days after doing a report about trying people before they're on trial, he's yet to be. Thank you. So a man who's yet to be convicted, I want to ensure that we don't subject him to the court of public opinion. However, there are receipts here, and that is in there. Yes, I mean the evidence of, you know, these forfeitures have happened. Now, the part of the conversation here is that not all of these properties belong to him. Some are linked to him, and the EFCC has come out to say that the justification for this is that anything that they feel was procured with illicit funding is a subject of interest in this. So, also to clarify that some of them are related to him, but I mean, we're not here. He's got able lawyers. I'm not here to help him.
Responsible. It's not just being responsible. They just don't like responsibilities, honestly. And there's one thing, another thing, you feel like you realize, like you understand about K1 the ultimate. He doesn't want to be recognized with a low-class lady. Kò like kí wọ́n identify wọn mọ́ tẹ́ bá rí gbogbo àwọn tó bímọ fún yàtọ̀ sáwọn tó bímọ fún gbàṣẹ́ òsì ìgbòho tó ti jẹ́ kankan nínú ayé o gbogbo àwọn tó bímọ fún gbàtò ti lórúkọ ẹ má rí pé ọmọ wù ìṣòwò ni wọn àwọn tó yẹ pé they are well to do, they are okay tí ìdílé wọn da tí bàbá wọn lórúkọ tí ìyá wọn lórúkọ táwọn gan ṣe dára nínú ayé àwọn tó ń fẹ́ nìyẹn òde ẹ̀dá sí gbogbo kò sí tó ń tọ́jú nínú gbogbo kò sí tó ń rán ìgbà tó fẹ́ yé wọn dé àjíhùn mi wẹ́ndì tó pariwo ṣáàbùrù ẹ̀ mọ̀ àtọwọ́ àtọmọ ẹ̀ ẹyọkọ tó bí fún láti báyìí náà lẹ́mìí rò kó bíbèjì a whole lot of them like that. And when they talk about Wolimo recently, I think 2 years ago, Ololade Jen Labi Kokon. Despite the fact that they have been to fair to be more food to be fetish one and say, recently go to the point where Jaigon. But she fell with fetish, she fed Ololade me. See, you don't gas of what you want. Fetish, you know, fair, till they have to go rolling by you. And one reaction was so idea. Nígbà tó mọ yẹn wá fún Wòlímọ̀ ẹ wo bí wàá sì ṣe ṣe reaction ẹ má mọ̀ pé bóyá láti baby láti bí ọmọ ọdún kan ọdún méjì tó bọ́ ọmọ yẹn kúrò nínú ilé ẹ̀ he didn't even set his eyes on that girl again on that child. But when you're not John who's on your kitty to look to that, so one can write again, no that to get on my ear. Or no, she just goes to communication at connection with what's right. Not don't she be or enough, don't she that say on yet, Baba. And we do aside the show so called Wolima money. And Baba, what responsible to your money? Fetty and the con, the more the subway was he involved in life and more 100%. Check what also what they want to be now, but so she all are always around there. You will know he loves those kids. And to the people that think that, you see. He feels he needs them around. He needs them more around him. Ní tó ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ilé yìí, ó ní kán ló sọ pé wọ́n enjoy. Ẹ̀jọ̀ ṣe ọmọ oyún wa díẹ̀ ló máa sọ pé wọ́n enjoy ìwà síwáìdì. Tí wọ́n síwáìdì bá pàdé ẹni anywhere. Àwọn iye ọmọ tí wọ́n sì bí síta tí ò lè dámọ̀. Tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé mi ni mo bí àwọn ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé ó tiẹ̀ fẹ́ ìyàwó dáadáa. Tí ìṣọmọ irú eléyìí just ordinary pedicurist àbí kí ni wọ́n pè. A low class to the last level. Tó kàn bá ṣe ìkànnà tó ń bá fẹsẹ̀ lásán. Kò ní láti wúwẹ̀, kò ní láti tó ṣẹ̀. A kàn gbọ́wọ́ ní láyà gbọ́wọ́ ní lọ́yàn ọmọ yẹn màrà lẹ́yìn. Kò lè sọ no ní irú bẹ̀yẹn. Ṣé fẹ́ kọ́ rí mọ́lẹ̀ láàyè ni? She forgot Balo and come back boy. Or take advantage of that lady because he knows we are vulnerable. And without hearing a woman, was he okay? It's just being wicked, naturally. It's just a wicked being. Let's look at it from this angle. He's so rich, as that girl has rightly said, is a billionaire. He can afford to send a woman to study abroad. Send them abroad, let them go and study. Now. They can afford to do what I want to be more for to confirm power. Go and do DNA, can afford DNA. Do DNA. But then they can no matter woman you visit them or go men to back to wash your juma. Pay them off. They will not be coming out and be tarnishing your image like this. But you did the look before Kolu my lens, you be so about myself, very nice area in the Lagos State there. Go for my school giddy. Go for my payroll. Joe, nobody will come out and drag him. But it's just being wicked naturally. It's not me. Was he? He's a terrible human being. To me, to my own best of knowledge.
It's not it's just a spend donor. You know, you don't like to be identified with low class ladies, but you can sleep with them. You won't still protect yourself. You will not use condom. But class to go. And there are a lot of men out there to take advantage. No. Who want to be identified with somebody because somebody not to follow shit to now. Even if you follow shit to they manage yes. Hey, they don't know what follow for you. Você to follow. They don't know applicable so because somebody to follow shit. See the presentable you share for your job. Don't also kiri. Have a opportunity. Go tell us so for buy na so ko post dem follow ko toju. E ma mo le dey ko lo school go. Ko ni kankan lowest class kidi ni. O ko take advantage of her. Instead of one for the hands. See o to for one drag e bi eleyi. Ti lo de ti o le ṣe dada fún lady yẹn. Codedly, and sign agreement one for what's away. One kokolo did lady lowo to ba ṣe wo we ko lu gbajo, wo we ko fi rent, wo we ko ma gbe be. It's nobody's business. But then ṣe yẹn kó fi ọmọ yẹn sí payroll monthly. To buy the 1 million, no fún wọn monthly, àbí 500,000 ọmọ yóò lè jáde one drag ẹ̀. Kí ló tí o lè fún 1 million monthly? One jẹun náà, one sanwó school, one run the business, one fill the gas, one wash up. Ìyá náà dé ṣe bí sáà máa ṣe dáadáa. How much is 1 million? Why tí o lè fún wọn ní 1 million? You want more than that. Ó lè ṣe tí o lè ní tí o kọ̀ọ̀kan lára ẹ̀. Ṣáà ní kọ́mọ olówó tí olówó wá sí lọ́wọ́. Tó fi 1 million lẹ̀, tó ná 1 million lóṣooṣù lórí upkeep and feeding. Àwọn kan tí wọ́n ní comment section they start mocking that lady. Wọ́n ní olóòórùn ni kìnìkan olójú kòkòrò ni àwọn olóṣó ó náà fẹ́ fọlọ́wọ́ ta ló fẹ́ fọlọ́ṣì ta ló fẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ ọmọ lórí burúkú ta ló fẹ́ wọ́n Yorùbá ní olówó mo bá tán mi ò bólóṣì tán ta ló fẹ́ bólóṣì tán. Torí mo máa ń tó tún máa ń surprise mi pé obìnrin náà wà lára àwọn comment section yẹn tó ń pè lédi yẹn ní olóṣì ni kó fẹ́ bólówó tán. Àbí ká pàdé pọ̀ ká sọ fún ìdàwà sí ìbòròṣì ni wọ́n ń ṣe kiri títì tí wọ́n mọ̀ òṣì ni wọ́n ṣe with his age. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Mo rò pé gbogbo ala ti gbọ́ èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni èyí tí ṣe Sunday Igboho fẹ́ sọ yìí gbogbo wa náà la ti ń gbọ́ wà kò ń ṣe Fúlàní nìkan kò yẹ yín ọmọ kóòtù òjìrè tó bá ń lọ báyìí tí bàbá Tinubu tó bá parí ọdún mẹ́jọ ẹ̀ tí ọmọ Yorùbá bá gbé mọ́ tẹ́ bá gbé ẹnu sókè bó bá jẹ́mi náà ni mo wà ń bẹ̀ màá ní kán lọ kó wọn sínú gadroom kán máa ṣègbádùn bẹ́ẹ̀ tèmi náà bá máa fi lo ọdún mẹ́jọ ti tèmi pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí ṣe Sunday Igboho sọ yìí tí màá gbé wá yìí gbogbo wa pátápátá ló bá wí a gbọ́dọ̀ dákẹ́ nínú nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí nínú nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí wípé free Yorùbá free ọmọ kóòtù òjìrè a fẹ́ ìtúsílẹ̀ àwọn pípù yìí wọ́n ń fi wá pa ni ẹ jẹ́ ká wá lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tí ṣe Sunday Igboho sọ bọ̀ etí inú mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi fi gbọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbára wa sílẹ̀ kò ń ṣe lórí ọmọ Fúlàní nìkan bàbá máa ṣe nǹkan tó máa ṣe tán tí a bá fòòdẹ ẹnu tá a bá pa ẹnu mọ́ tó bá dìgbà yẹn anybody tó bá jáde á kó sí gadroom ni torí ẹ̀ no going back òun là wà torí wípé kí ni àwọn pípù yìí wọ́n fi wá ń ṣe fàájì ni wọ́n fi wá ń ṣàfihàn ayé ni tó bá jẹ́ nígbà àkọ́kọ́ ni má gbàgbé láti bá wa like please mo mọ̀ ẹ́ pẹ́yìn kan máa ti like ẹ̀ láì máa tẹ̀ tí ì sọ mo dúpẹ́ ẹ bá wa like ẹ bá wa fi kọ́mẹ̀ntì tí yín náà sílẹ̀ bó bá ṣe rí lọ́dọ̀ títí yín tó bá jẹ́jẹ́ nígbà àkọ́kọ́ ẹ má gbàgbé láti bá wa subscribe ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ gbé nǹkan tí Chief Sunday Igboho sọ wá ká wá fi làákàyè ká fi gbé gbogbo nǹkan tá a ti wò sẹ́yìn àti nǹkan tí a ti gbọ́ ire o ire gidigba ẹ bá wa pín ẹ bá wa like God bless you bye for now.
àsìkò wa nílé yìí ká gbára lọ́wọ́ Fúlàní gbogbo ibi tí gbogbo ilẹ̀ yóò bàbá pátápátá ká fi security tv fúnra wa àdéhìí àti dóde ẹnìkankan àdéhìí àti dóde ìjọba bí ni mo sọ fún yín a gbọ́dọ̀ dóde ìjọba tá a bá nìkan ṣe bíbẹ̀ kọ́ Fúlàní wà wulẹ̀ wa lọ́wọ́ wa àdéhìí àti dóde ìjọba àdéhìí àti dóde ẹnìkankan ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká sọ ní orí ilẹ̀ wa gbogbo ibi tó kọ́ wa ká lè because tí àwọn bàbá ní tí oúnjẹ bá ti wọnú ìṣẹ́kùṣe àwọn bàbá náà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ohun tó jẹ́ bá ti kó ònú ìṣẹ́ ti bùṣe ókè náà ó jẹ́ wọlá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń sìn sáni lóko sáni lódò àní lọ wọ́n máa ń pa àwọn bàbá wa lẹ́kìtì wọ́n náà kó sọ́jà wa bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn sọ́jà tó yẹ pé nígbà tí Buhari wà ń bẹ̀ ló ti fún àwọn Boko Haram ní amnesty 5,000 tó ní kàn wọnú oko yẹn lọ tán ti ń ṣe ohun tó wù wọ́n á kó wọn sínú sọ́jà olóhùn fún ọ wọ́n á kó wọn sínú sọ́jà kó wọn sínú gbogbo ẹ̀ àwọn náà ni wọ́n á rán kó wá sékìtì nídìí wọn àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá fúnra wa táwọn bàbá wa bá ti fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wa a ti ṣètò yẹ ká ṣe Fúlàní ó kó lórí ilẹ̀ wa ara ìgbà oko wa bàbá ti wá lé wọn kó òun oko wa tán táwọn ará ìdàkọ àwọn sọ pé next step kí ló tó kù step by step lọ́rọ̀ ilé ayé ẹjẹ́ àfọgbọ́n jagun àkọ́kọ́ lé Fúlàní kó òun oko wa Tinubu wa ó mọ̀ tálàfẹ́ ọ̀sìn wà ń bẹ̀ tálàfẹ́ bá ti wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn sọ pé ó kìkì lọ́kàn òkú ìyá mi ni ó ń lẹ́rù bá mi wá sí mo ti wá dé padà mo dúpẹ́ èèyàn mọ̀ ṣẹ́fọ́ olóṣèlú ọmọ wẹ́mi ẹ̀ lọ olóṣèlú bá ń ṣẹ́fọ́ olóṣèlú àwọn tó ń ṣẹ́fọ́ olóṣèlú kọ́ pààyàn kò sí tó ṣe wọn pépà ò ní gbé pépà tó bá gbé ọ̀daràn bọ̀ tí Sunday bá gbá ẹ̀ létí nísìn wọ́n sáré fa ara pé ẹ lọ mú wa eléyìí tí wọ́n ń wò mí yìí wọ́n ń dẹ mí ni pé ẹjọ́ sòkú yẹ tán káwọn gbèsè tó fẹ́ gbé màá dẹ̀ gbé gbèsè.